Greetings viewers, Eric the Car Guy here, also known as ETCG1 when I post videos on this channel. And hey, if it's your birthday, I want to wish you a very special happy birthday. I know someone's going to wonder about my shirt. Yes, it is a 302. Last week I posted a video about warning sponsored content, and I was really trying to answer to some of the negative feedback I was getting from those. And it was sort of a response to try to clarify sponsored content, how I handle it, when I post it, that type of thing. I got a little bit off track and started talking about some of the negative comments and how I felt about those things. That video became like the most viewed video on ETCG1, like the most commented video on ETCG1 I think I've ever posted. Vast majority of those comments, vast majority of those comments were all supportive of the things that I've done, telling me to don't worry about the haters, just keep doing what I'm doing. It really put things in perspective. So in other words, the good guys won. Meaning that, you know, from this time forward, I'm not going to focus on the negativity. I have posted videos in the past sort of responding to some of the negative things that have come my way. Things that come to mind are like the dealership experience that I had and a few other videos of that type. I guess I'm good at going on rants, and I'm not saying I'm never going to rant again, but I'm going to just table the whole thing with the negative comments. And I'm doing this for a couple of reasons, but the main reason is you the viewers have showed me the appreciation you feel for what I do. And it's put everything for me back into perspective. And that when I started Eric the Car Guy, the channel Eric the Car Guy, and also ETCG1 in a way, my intention was always to help the viewer. And what I thought was so great about my business plan, and Eric the Car Guy was a business plan from the onset, what I thought was so great about it is the people that would benefit from the information that I was putting out didn't have to pay for it. And I thought that was so cool because I figured YouTube would pay for it. I had hoped at some point sponsors might come along, and they did. So in essence, I would be able to provide free information for the people that could not afford that information that could possibly help save them thousands of dollars. Going back to where I started, that's what I set out to do. And the affirmation came last week in the comments. And I'm not saying it was just comments to last week's video. I get emails all the time. In fact, I'm going to go over some of the things here and talk about some of the positive things that have happened to me as a result of being Eric the Car Guy, and the feedback and the things that I've gotten from you, the viewers, that, you know, just take what I do to a whole different level. I mean, for years I worked a job. Like many of us, you know, we're just people out there working day to day, and it's nice to be appreciated. But I can honestly say that I've been appreciated on a level that I never thought possible in my entire life, and that's because of you. And I'm extremely grateful for everything that you've brought to my life and made into what I call the greatest job ever. I'm just going to touch on a few of those things here in the shop that I keep around to help to remind me. And once again, my plan going forward is we're done with the hater comments. We're done dealing with all that. It's time to refocus on the positive. It's time to refocus on things like Fixing It Forward, which was an extension of Eric the Car Guy in order to more directly help people. That will be coming more into the fold next year. I'm doing some behind the scenes stuff now. I haven't forgotten about the program. I plan to keep moving forward with Fixing It Forward, and I'll link that in the description for those of you who may not be familiar with that. That said, let's talk about some of the things that you, the viewers, have sent me over the years that I appreciate and keep near me every day. One of the first things that comes to mind is my fan mail, which I keep here. And I've gotten a lot of fan mail. People have like sent me money, tools, all different types of things, fishing lures. I've been sent a fishing lure, but all of these people have gone through the trouble to write me a letter or, you know, just send me something, a little thank you, a little token of appreciation. I keep each and every one of these things because they do mean something to me. Everything in here means something to me. So thank you. Doesn't take much to walk around the shop and see some of these things. This license plate was sent to me by a viewer. This skull and crossbones was sent to me by a viewer, and come to think of it, very similarly, my older brother sent this to me last year with my dad during the meetup, and I've hung it up, and I love this. This is a heck of a display of support, that's for sure. Holden badge. That was sent to me by a viewer in Australia. That came all the way from Australia. I've been hanging my stickers up over here from some of the people, and not just companies and things. Scanner Danner and Eric O signed my face. I think that's funny. This came from Dave Signs. I like that. many of the things here on this wall. Viewer sent me this Fairmont poster. I need to change the date on this. This came all the way from New Zealand. Every place I look, there's something cool to remind me. My friends at Rosedale sent me this. I've even been sent things like this light. I've even been sent things that are useful, like these tools that I've been using. Shane Craig sent me this. He's a mechanic up in Alaska working on diesel stuff. Let's not forget about all the people that made the trip out to the meetup, and not just this year's, but all the previous years. I mean, I think the first year I did it, it might have had 25 people, and last year we had over 300. So, and some of them were kind enough to leave their mark here, and I leave that up all year round for me to look at and reference and remind myself of why I do this. I also have other items that I keep in my office at home. Point being is I get sent a lot of stuff. I have a ton of support from my fans. There's no need at all for me to focus on anything negative whatsoever. Therefore, as I've stated, I'm gonna leave all that behind and just start doing what I can to try and give back to you, which is what I set out to do at the onset, and now even more so than ever. You might be looking at the parts sitting on the floor behind me under the Fairmont. Yeah, I'll be making another video, ETCG1 video about that with Brian next week, just getting set up. But getting back to the topic at hand, this is my thank you letter to you, the fans. Those of you that followed me on social networks, those of you that have commented, those of you that haven't commented, and that's something else I realized when reading through the comments to that last video I mentioned earlier, was that a lot of you who don't normally comment came out and commented. Many of you just watch the videos and move on with your lives and never leave a comment. You might have taken away something positive from it, but I never heard from you. That doesn't need to happen, and I'm not soliciting that. I'm also not saying that you need to send me anything. And those of you that are inspired to donate, I ask that you donate to Fixing It Forward. I'll link that in the description for you. Point being, right now, from here on out, it's all about doing what I can to try to bring you the best possible repair videos. Also, the videos that I have on the Fairmont, that's in a way, it's there to help teach you those automotive principles. I think most of us do enjoy performance vehicles and learning how to make our vehicles perform better. And I think a good way to do that is to understand the basic systems and how they're put together. So that's also part of my mandate. In fact, it's the main part of my mandate, is to try to help educate and enlighten whenever possible. I'm going to go back to what I started doing, what I set out to do, which was help you with those automotive issues. I'm going to try to do that more and more in my videos. There will still be sponsored content, but I'll do what I can to make it entertaining and informative along the way. That way we both get something. As I said earlier, I'd always set out to create my website and the videos and everything as a way to help the people at large and make it so that they didn't have to pay anything out of pocket to get that help. You have spoken, I have heard you. So I'm not going to dwell on hater comments or things like that anymore. I may rant, but we'll make those rants about other things besides negative people that we're not going to waste our time with, because it's clearly evident to me at this point that there's way more supporters than there are detractors, and there's quite a few of you out there that don't necessarily comment that are supportive, and a lot of you came out in the comments of the last videos, and I appreciate that. So I'm not going to take up too much more of your time. I just wanted this to be a thank you letter to all of you, and I will do my best to continue to bring you the best auto repair videos that I can possibly produce. If nothing else, I wish to entertain you. Automotive questions, as usual, link in the description to ericthecarguy.com for those if you have them. Google+, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, post ETCG1 videos on Mondays, so stop back and see me then. Be safe, have fun, stay dirty. Seriously, thank you from the bottom of my heart. I appreciate each and every one of you. I'll see you next time.